Hello, my dear guys. I am reading with you the encouraging story of a girl, Santosh. And the name of the story is Reach for the Top by Santosh Yadav. However, in my last class, I reached paragraph number 5. Now, tonight, I shall read with you paragraph number 6. Then there was no looking back for this determined young girl. And after this event, there was no need to look back because she had already reached the top, the peak of her fame. She saved money and enrolled in a course at Uttarkashi's Nehru Institute of Mountaineering, and by collecting some money from her tiffin, from her stipend, etc., or by giving private tuition to anybody else, the courageous girl was admitted to the Mountaineering Institute of Uttarkashi. My college semester in Jaipur was to end in April, but it ended on the 19th of May. Although it was scheduled that her college semester in Jaipur would end in the month of April, but it ended on the 19th of May. And I was supposed to be in Uttarkashi on the 21st. And it was supposed that she would go to Uttarkashi on the 21st. So I did not go back home. Instead, I headed straight for the training. So instead of returning home, she went straight to the training college. I had to write a letter of apology to my father, and as a result of which she composed a letter of apology to her father, without whose permission I had got myself enrolled at Uttarkashi, and without the permission of her father, she was enrolled in the mountaineering course at Uttarkashi. And at that time, it was really a very daring task, because it was male-dominated society, and a girl was almost revolting against the established system, against the established norms of society. Thereafter, Santosh went on an expedition every year, and since that time, Santosh would participate in mountaineering, in climbing every year. Her climbing skills matured rapidly, and practice makes a man perfect. So it was applicable to Santosh, and Santosh rapidly captured the skills or grabbed the skills of mountaineering. Also, she developed a remarkable resistance to cold and the altitude. And gradually, she resisted the cold, the frowning of cold, the frowning of avalanches and glaciers, and high altitude. Equipped with an iron will, physical endurance, and emerging mental toughness, she proved herself repeatedly. Again and again, this girl, Santosh, proved herself to be a competent mountaineer in spite of facing various odds, as she had mental courage, mental toughness, and she proved herself to be the fittest candidate for mountaineering. However, the culmination of her hard work and sincerity came in 1992. And 1992 was a very successful year for her. Just 4 years after she had shyly asked the Aravalli mountaineers if she could join them. And gradually she became so daring that she did not hesitate to approach to join the Aravalli mountaineers, those who climbed up as adventurous sport in the or at the top of Aravalli mountaineers, Aravalli mountain. If she could join them, it would be really a very adventurous act for her. At barely 20 years of age, Santosh Yadav scaled Mount Everest. Barely 20 years of age, Santosh Yadav could climb up Mount Everest, becoming the youngest woman in the world to achieve the feat. And she was the youngest woman to achieve the target to scale such a height. In her climbing skills, physical fitness, and mental strength impressed her seniors. Her seniors were also amazed. Her seniors were also surprised to see the mental skill, the mental strength, physical ability, and strong willpower of Santosh. Her concern for others and desire to work together with them found her a special place in the hearts of fellow climbers. However, her iron will, physical endurance, and mental toughness characterized Santosh Yadav. And the other climbers were also very much pleased, not only pleased, but also surprised to see the courage of such a girl. During 1992 Everest mission, Santosh Yadav provided special care to a climber who lay dying at the south pole. She was unfortunately unsuccessful in saving him. Santosh Yadav was unsuccessful in saving a person who died during his adventurous act. She was unfortunately unsuccessful in saving him. However, she managed to save another climber, but she was successful in saving another climber who also faced a terrible accident, and the name of the climber was Mohan Singh, who would have met with the same fate. That means he would have he might have died had she not shared her oxygen with him. In such an altitude, she shared her oxygen with that man. However, within 12 months, Santosh found herself a member of an Indo-Nepalese women's expedition that invited her to join them. Santosh was invited to join the Indo-Nepalese women's expedition team. She then scaled the Everest a second time. For the second time, she climbed up the Everest, thus setting a record as the only woman to have scaled the Everest twice. And Santosh was the first woman to scale the Everest twice, and securing for herself and India a unique place in the annals of mountaineering. Here, annals means records. In the records of mountaineering, she secured a unique place in the history of the adventurous act, that is, mountaineering. In recognition, however, the Indian government bestowed upon her one of the nation's top honors, the Padma Shri, and she was awarded Padma Shri, the highest civilian award. Describing her feelings when she was literally on the top of the world, Santosh has said, "It took some time for the enormity of the moment to sink in. Then I unfurled the Indian tricolor and held indescribable and held it aloft on the roof of the world." That is, describing her feelings. She has described her feelings, her emotions, when she was literally on the top of the world. When she could climb the top of the Everest, Santosh has said, it took some time for the enormity of the moment, because she could not imagine that she would be able to achieve such a goal, to sink the tricolor, the Indian national flag, then unfurl the Indian tricolor and held it aloft on the roof of the world. On the roof of the world means at the highest point of the world. The feeling is indescribable, that cannot be described in words. The Indian flag was flying on the top of the world. Yes, it was her pride. It was a matter of pride. The Indian flag was flying on the top of the world. It was truly a spiritual moment. Yes, it was a matter of feeling. It was a matter of emotion. It was a spiritual moment. I left proud as an Indian. As an Indian, I took pride in sinking the tricolor on the top of the mountain. Also a fervent environmentalist, Santosh collected and brought down 500 kilograms of garbage from the Himalayas. Yes, the mountaineers would leave garbage during their adventure, and they polluted the environment even in the higher altitude. and Santosh could remove about 500 kilograms of garbage from the Himalayas. And it was really a very humanitarian task. It was really a very amazing task, indescribable task. Thank you very much. Good night. And today is the last lesson, and then I shall give you an example of another girl who achieved the same success of Santosh Yadav. It is encouraging, it is enthusing, and it is amazing too. Good night today. Don't forget to subscribe my channel, to like, to comment and share.